All right, it's 6 p.m. on May 18th, 2026. I call this meeting of the Clear Creek Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present and that this meeting has been duly called. That its notice has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. And with that, I believe we'll go ahead and administer our oath. Congratulations, guys. All right, next item on the agenda is the election of board officers. At this time, I will open nominations for the office of board president. Are there any nominations?
Yes. I nominate Trustee Cottrell for the position of president.
Thank you, Ms. Lilly. Are there further nominations for board president? Hearing no further nominations, nominations for board president are now closed. We will now proceed to vote for board president. All those in favor of electing Jonathan Cottrell as board president, please indicate with a show of hands. Please raise your right hand. All right, no opposed. Thank you very much. Jonathan is elected as board president. Okay. Nominations are now open for the office of board vice president. Are there any nominations?
Mr. President, I nominate Trustee Cheka for Vice President.
All right, thank you very much. Are there further nominations for board vice president? Hearing no further nominations, nominations for board vice president are now closed. We'll now proceed to vote for board vice president. All those in favor of electing Jessica Cheka as board vice president, please indicate by raising your right hand. No opposed. Jessica Cheka has been elected as vice president. Nominations are now open for the office of board secretary. Are there any nominations?
Mr. President,
Yes.
I would like to place a nomination Jamison Mackay for Board Secretary.
Thank you very much. Are there further nominations for Board Secretary? All right. Hearing no further nominations, nomination for Board Secretary are now closed. We'll now proceed to vote for Board Secretary. All those in favor of electing Jamison Mackay as Board Secretary, please indicate by show of hands. Please raise your right hand. All right. It's unanimous. No opposed. Jamison Mackay has now been elected as Board Secretary. Congratulations. All right. And next up, let's move to our pledge.
And I believe Lennox and Addison are here to help me. Great. Come on up. Thank y'all so much. All right. So we're gonna look that way, and we're gonna start with the American pledge. Okay, you ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. And please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, they are going to help us open our meeting like we do it every single month with our mission, our vision, our core values, and our value statement. Who is going to start with the mission? Perfect.
The mission of the Clear Creek Independent School District, the visionary leader igniting learning for all, is to ensure each student achieves, contributes, and leads with integrity in a safe, nurturing environment distinguished by authentic relationships, service before self, and the spirit of exploration. Empowering every student with a world-class education that ignites passion and fuels endeavors.
Caring citizenship, fairness, respect, responsible, and trustworthiness. People, purpose, and promise.
That's our value statement. Let's give them a hand. Great job. Okay, and Lennox and Addison are up here for a very special reason, and I'm so excited. Trustee Cheka has requested to recognize these PTA Reflection Program winners.
Well, the National PTA has a long-standing commitment to the arts education under the Reflections program. This year, hundreds of thousands of student entry artwork were submitted around the theme, I Belong. And we had two very talented students advance to the nationals for the Reflection Art program. So we'd like to say a big congratulations to Addison Richter, a second grade student at Ferguson Elementary. Addison received the Award of Excellence for Photography. Only 40 students were recognized nationwide, and only 16 of those received the Award of Excellence, equivalent to a second place finish nationally. Lennox Blackwell is a fourth grade student at Armand Bio, and she received the overall Award of Excellence for Literature at the state level and advanced to nationals. All right, so Addison, do you want to tell us about your picture that you submitted?
The picture that I submitted was about I Belong because I have a limb difference with my arm, and I go to this camp every year with people just like me, and we all put our nubs together and our limb differences, and that's when I feel like I belong.
I love your picture. And Lennox, what did you write about?
I
You remember what it was about?
not really, but
Oh, look. Oh, see it. You remember it belonging up there? Yeah. Are you going to do reflections next year?
probably.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to write something again or do photography?
I'm probably gonna write again.
Going to write, and are you going to do your artwork again? Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations. Can we have the PTA? And if any of their teachers are here.
Girls, that's a wonderful way to open our meeting, and now we have a lot more recognitions to share. Rylan Snell is our Letters About Literature winner. She placed second in her grade category in the statewide contest sponsored by the Texas Library and Archives Foundation. Rylan, come on up. Come on up. For this contest, students read a book, a poem, short story, or other written work and write a letter to the author explaining how their work changed their view of themselves or the world. And more than 1,000 students entered across the state. And Rylan Snell wrote to Jennifer Niven about her book, All the Bright Places, and won second place, and he won $200 on top of that. Is that right? Well, join us in congratulating Rylan Snell of Westbrook Intermediate. Do you have a principal? Oh, yes. Miss Cooper's here. Rylan, do you mind just for a minute? I mean, this is pretty exciting. They selected that. Can you tell us what you wrote to Miss Nivens? What did you share with her about her book, All the Bright Places?
Well, in All the Bright Places, there's a lot of talk about mental health stigmas, and up until a few years ago, I went through a big slip in my mental health, and her book just helped me to inspire to actually move along. And I mean, I give most of the credit to her. That's why I'm actually standing here today.
Wow, that's outstanding, Rylan. Thank you so much. Okay, well, we are turning to some career and technical education. First, some student organization state awards, and then we're going to move into some other awards. A lot of amazing students. We're going to share their activity with you here in just a second. So CCISD's career and technical student organizations had some big wins at the state level. And CT Director Dana Morgan, come on up, Miss Morgan. Yes, we're going to celebrate lots of your kids. Is Miss Bevel here today? Okay, well, you're it's yours. She supports our outstanding programs and teachers, and we're celebrating state winners by school and organization. So teachers and principals, please join your students for a picture when your school is called. So we are going to start Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, otherwise FCCLA. All right, is a career preparation and workforce readiness organization for students pursuing careers in education and training, hospitality and tourism, human services, and public service through family and consumer science education. The state award winners out of Clear Springs High School are the Focus on the Children team with first place win. Their advisor is Megan Ellefson. Come on in. Come on in. Where's your teacher? Your principal? And the Texas Mystery Basket with first place win. Their advisor is Chef Amanda Pancrat. Chef P. I got to get that right. Yeah. Pancrat. There she is. All right. We're going to get a picture of our Springs team. And congratulations. Congratulations. Did you get, oh, good. Good. Congratulations. All right. Okay, the next CTE group being recognized is DECA. DECA prepares student leaders and entrepreneurs in the areas of business, marketing, finance, and hospitality in high schools and colleges around the globe. We have DECA student organizations from several schools here tonight. We are going to start with Clearbrook High School with advisor Erica Durant. The Hospitality and Tourism Professional Selling Team was named a state finalist and international qualifier. Come on up, team members. And Miss Durant. Thank you. And the school-based enterprise food operations team was named an international qualifier. Congratulations, team. Oh. And the following teams from Clear Lake High School were also named state finalists and international qualifiers with advisor Ms. Heather Jefferson. The Independent Business Plan team. All right, there they are. We were going to do it all. They were going to do all the DECA. Is that okay? We're doing DECA. The Career Development team. Come on in, Career Development team. And the Accounting Applications team. Okay, so we're going to get one photo. Let me make sure I've got everybody. Yeah, one picture of all of our DECA. This is everybody in DECA, right? Right? Okay. Yeah, we got to get in the front so they can see you. I'll come over here by the books. Yeah. All right. And just real quick before y'all, so our teams, yeah, oh, we'll clap again. Yes, that's good. That's good. We're getting ready for graduation, y'all. I will ask, since we're thinking that, any seniors on the team? Senior? Oh, I know. Share where you're going. What are you doing?
I'm going to the University of Texas at Austin, and I'm double majoring in engineering and business.
I'm going to Stanford University to study management science and engineering and public policy.
All right, so DECA is doing very well for us. Yes, great job. We are so proud, and thank you, teachers and all of the team. And when we say team, are there other members of your team that aren't here, I'm guessing? No. Oh, that's it. Well, good. Well, wow, great job. Congratulations. Congrats. Thank you. Okay, now we have the Technical Student Association is a career and technical student organization for students engaged in STEM. Our state winner out of Clear Springs High School, we have Forensic Science team with first place with their advisor, Laura Turner. All right. And this is our only Technical Student Association group. So we're going to get a picture with y'all. And I will ask, since I started a trend, senior? Junior. Okay, great. Well, it's going to be wonderful. You guess what you can do as a senior. That's exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you all so very much. Congratulations. Thank you. All right. Yeah, you hate to ask them too early where they're going to college because they probably don't know yet, but that's okay. And finally, we have the Future Healthcare Professionals, which is a nationally recognized student-led organization for future health and medical professionals. The organizational leadership team from Clearbrook High School earned third place, and their advisor, Xenia Redley, was named the 2026 Outstanding HOSA Advisor of Texas. Come on in. Congratulations. Oh, and Ms. Ridley, this is very big too. Your teacher won the state. And all of these organizations are like co-curricular. I mean, they're activities that are outside of the regular day, and you're volunteering to help and support these students outside of the school day. Can you take us, just tell, oh, it's okay. No, just what do you think it takes to earn that state recognition?
Tenacity, I will say, and a little bit of my babies believing in the abilities I see in them. And that is what really helps, because when I come to them and I'm like, okay, this is what I want you to do, and they're like, what? But she's an Area 2 officer for Texas as well. And so she listened to my craziness and stepped out of her shell, and here we are. And I'm looking forward to seeing her continue to forge ahead, because she's just, no, you're going to be a junior. Yeah, so I'm looking forward. Yeah, I have 2 years to create a monster. So.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay, and I think one more round of applause for all of these world-class. And these are examples of world-class opportunities outside of even just regular day. There's so many opportunities for our students thanks to their teachers and sponsors. Well, now we have some Hunch Project finalists. And as a District of Innovation, the Hunch program is an example of the commitment CCISD makes to provide a world-class education to its students with the help of some amazing community partners. The Hunch program partners students with NASA engineers to design and fabricate real-world hardware, software, and biomedical products that support NASA initiatives and missions like as ISS, Commercial Space Station, a lunar mission, or even Mars. These are students whose projects made it to the final evaluation by NASA, where they had the opportunity to display and present their designs, some of which will move to the next level and mature to something that NASA will actually use. We will recognize each team by school and their project creation. And there again, principals and teachers, please join your students for this recognition and a picture, and we'll go by school. Starting with Clear Creek High School, led by engineering instructor, Mr. Robert Merritt. Come on in, Mr. Merritt. He's going to come in. I know he's here. All right. The students worked as teams on some of out-of-this-world projects. The Chess from Trash, Victor Gonzalez, BP Newitt, and Jude Selig. Come on in. Trash Ejector, Alejandro Garcia. Alejandro Garcia, Caleb Smith, and Bentley Coayaro. Am I right? I'm good. All right. Good. Supply Pod Garage, Angelina Hernandez, Evelyn Smith, and Ashia Syed. Gateway Cargo Enclosure for unused payload locations, Jacob LaFranca. Let's take, there you go. Gateway Padded Refrigeration Freezer Enclosure, Christian Carbajal, Jathan Mendrano, Avery Cosso. Come on in, Avery. Redesign of the ISS galley table, Preston Hauser and Charlie Funk. And flight trash compactor, Ty Cobb, Connor Tack, and Zara Hayter. All right, and I think
Becca Beck. She was one of our instructors.
oh, Miss Beck, come on up. Definitely. Yes, thank you. So these are the teachers in the class. Thank you so much. And Miss Orr, and we're going to get a picture. Thank you. And I do have a lot of great projects and partnerships with NASA as we get ready to walk that stage. And y'all are Saturday night. Saturday night. Any seniors in the group? Oh, okay. Tell us what you're going to do.
I'm going to go study architecture at UT Arlington. I'm going to study chemistry at Georgia Tech.
I'm going to do nursing at UTMB Galveston.
I'm going to study biomedical engineering at UT Austin.
I'm going to study mechanical engineering at A&M.
I'm going to study construction management at UH.
That's all of us.
Oh, okay, community. Yes, it's very good. We are so proud of these accomplishments and the great things that y'all have done, and then launching them into your next future. So we cannot wait to see what you do, and congratulations. Thank you. Okay, where Clear Falls is up. All right, led by engineering instructor Trevor Curtis. And the project Nano Lab, a microgravity multimedia experimental testbed assembly, Zachary Zapata and Jacob Martinez. Y'all come on in. And this is our team from Fall, so we'll just get a picture with y'all. Great. Yes. And one of y'all seniors? Yes.
I plan on studying mechanical engineering at Texas A&M.
A couple of Aggies. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, Clear Lake High School, led by engineering instructor Jeffrey Tudor. And Mr. Tudor. The Jumping Lunar Robot Camera, Eric Y. Rodney, Adrian Trover, James Gonzalez, Duran Medizada, Kennedy Cunningham, John Harrell, and Alvin Charonrod. All right.
One more.
What? All right, great.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. All right, so I know we have a few seniors here. I'm just going to pass the mic.
Hello, I'm Eric Rodney, and I'm going to be studying mechanical engineering at the University of Rochester.
Hi everyone, my name is James Gonzalez and I'm going to be studying engineering at Rice University.
I'm Kennedy Cunningham and I'm doing aerospace engineering at the Florida Institute of Technology.
And I'm Alvin Charonrod and I'll be studying mechanical engineering at UTD.
Community, excellent. These are your Falcons. Y'all be graduating, what is that, Friday? Friday night. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay, on to Clear Springs High School, led by engineering instructor Camia Lohman. And all the projects out of Clear Springs are biomedical. Computer vision assisted otoscope adapter for fiber optic camera. Brigham Saryuger. I think that's right. Am I right? Sort of right. All right. Mateo Puscochi. Josh Kupet. And Cy Copeland. All right, portable IV fluid generator, Anna Carvalho, Helen Wynn. That's all for our fluid. Innovative nutrition for spaceflight associated neuromuscular syndrome, Audrey Ridding, and Faith Witzig. All right, the effect of insulin extracted via chicory root on preventing calcium in space. Okay, Skylar Cummings, Melissa Song, and Tanya Thomas. We like pictures. Okay, so seniors, I'm going to pass the mic.
My name is Brigham, and I'm going to be studying biomedical engineering at Stanford University.
My name is Matteo Pascucci. I'm going to be running track and studying mechanical engineering at Rowan University.
I'm Josh Cubitt. I'm going to go to Milwaukee School of Engineering, study mechanical engineering, and play baseball.
My name is Cy Copeland. I'm going to Texas A&M University to study mechanical engineering.
I'm Audrey Ridding, and I'm going to UT Dallas to study child learning and development.
I'm Faith Wetzig, and I'm going to UT Dallas to study neuroscience.
Congratulations. And all of this, teachers, everyone that's poured into them, parents, we are so proud of these graduates, and we will celebrate y'all on Wednesday. Yes, day after tomorrow. Congratulations. Well, and as they're leaving, and I know we've had so many tonight to celebrate, but here's a behind-the-scenes peek at our Hunt students presenting their incredible ideas to NASA. We didn't have a chance to show everyone or talk to everyone, but wanted you to see a short video that they prepared. We may not have a short video prepared. That's okay. It's on the piece of paper, but you know what? We are good with that. And what we'll do is we can post it on the website, all right? Because I'm sure it's amazing. And so we will post that. But this partnership and the Hunch partnership with NASA is phenomenal. And you can see what's being poured into these students, not just from our staff and family and all that, but also the community. So grateful for that. So thank you very much. And finally, we do have an athletic recognition, UIL Golf State Qualifiers. Qualifying for state golf is an outstanding accomplishment. CCISD had 2 of the approximately 400 state qualifiers. Margaret Kerr, a junior from Clear Springs High School, and Max McCloskey, a senior from Clear Creek High School. Y'all come on up. Okay, here's what we'll do. Mateo, I'm going to go off script. He just qualified. When did you just qualify?
I just ran on Saturday.
Oh, he ran on Saturday. Okay, come on up. They're going to, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to, yeah, because he's getting ready to leave. Yeah. Coach Lohman, come on up. Okay, now y'all get to talk for just a minute because it's state qualifying golf. Can you tell us what it takes to make it to that level?
Sure, I got it.
Okay.
Well, I would say any person, I think, Max, you could attest, it takes a lot of work. We started after Labor Day, so we've been practicing all year, 3 days a week, and it's very, very challenging. I mean, golf is such a mental sport, and I'm thankful to have Coach Lohman. She has been the absolute best all year long, learning along the way with us and being my first year at Springs. Thankful for everybody that the hard work that we all put in. We got to go to state. Max?
Yeah, I'd agree with golf. You're kind of out there by yourself. Even when you're playing with your team, you're out there by yourself, so it just takes a lot of belief in yourself.
Yeah, so I've been running track for about 6 years now, and this year has been a breakout year for me. I've been running 30 to 40 miles a week, going out every single morning, practicing, and I had a big drop this year. Took a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. Got to thank my coach, Coach Alexander. He's been with me since 7th grade, so couldn't have done it without him.
Tell them what your time is. What was your time?
So at state, I ran the 1600. I got 8th place in 4 minutes and 17 seconds for the mile.
Very fast. We have a lot of talent, and it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of mental preparation, and great coaching. Thank y'all so much. Congratulations. We love to celebrate. It's really good. We love to celebrate. Well, and so we do have a program spotlight. That concludes our student celebrations, but we are definitely wanting to celebrate our PTA. We have an annual report, and the program spotlight will be presented by PTA's Clear Creek Council of Communities President, Ms. Lisa Polanski. Come on up, Lisa. And we're going to give a round of applause for Lisa. A very dedicated volunteer in our community, in our school district.
Good evening, trustees and Dr. Engel. My name is Lisa Polanski, and I serve as the council president for the Clear Creek Community Council of PTAs. I'm representing 47 PTAs across our district in Santa Fe. PTAs work to support students, families, and schools in meaningful ways every day. That work is strengthened by the partnership we share with CCISD, something we truly value and never take for granted. Along with me, I do have some board members. I have Candace McCormick, who is our VP of Membership, and I have Glencora Rogers, who is our events person. She had a very big job this year. This year, we celebrated 75 years of service to our schools and community. Since 1950, our council has connected families, educators, and leaders to support students and strengthen our PTAs. That partnership has made a lasting impact, and it continues in every school, every day. As a community council, our reach extends beyond a single school district. We support PTAs across the Bay Area, connecting efforts and building a stronger community. Our role is to support our local PTAs, ensure campuses have the guidance, resources, and information they need to be successful. We focus on developing leaders and supporting Texas PTA programs so together we can serve our students. Our goals this year were centered on strengthening and connections across our community, ensuring our PTAs finish strong, and continuing to grow membership and representation. When we focus on these areas, we build stronger, more connected campuses that better serve students and families. Last year, that work was recognized with the Texas PTA Outstanding Council 3-Year Key Award, and we're continuing to build on that momentum. We currently have 47 active PTAs, 43 in CCISD and 4 in Santa Fe ISD, with a combined membership of 11,498. That's roughly 1 PTA member for every 4 students. We've also seen continued growth, with membership increasing for the 4th consecutive year. I'm proud to share that all 47 PTAs are in good standing with Texas PTA, meeting key standards for membership, reporting, governance, and compliance. Through our community membership program, families and community members can support multiple campuses. We like to recognize our Platinum community members, Dr. Engel, Jessica Cheka, and Roxanne Zamora, for joining every PTA in CCISD. We also have individuals who support feeder patterns on specific campuses in need of additional support, including Jay Cunningham, Jamison Mackay, and Holly Hughes. Thank you for your continued support of our PTAs and our schools. The Golden Apple Award is an important recognition for PTA, as it reflects the partnership between our schools and our staff. While PTAs work hard to support our campuses, this is a meaningful way for teachers and administrators to show their support in return. At the council level, we are proud to share that we received the Golden Apple Award again this year, with our superintendent, district administrators, and boards of trustees all joining PTA. 16 PTAs within CCISD achieved this distinction, meaning 100% of their teachers and administrators joined. I'd like to point out again, Clear Lake High School got it again, which is a very high achievement for them. And the Golden Apple continues to be a point of pride for our campuses. One voice for every child isn't just a statement. It's something we see in action through strong membership. Mossman Elementary exemplifies this, earning the Platinum Voice for Every Child Award for the 3rd year in a row, with 876 members exceeding their student enrollment. The National PTA School of Excellence program celebrates strong partnerships between PTAs and schools that support student success and well-being. We are proud to recognize North Point Elementary, Space Center Intermediate, and Westbrook Intermediate for earning this distinction, with additional campuses actively working towards it. Before each delegate meeting, PTA presidents meet to talk through what's ahead, share challenges, and support one another, keeping our PTAs connected and strong. The council hosts 5 delegate meetings throughout the school year. These meetings allow us to share timely PTA information, provide support and training, and most importantly, recognize the incredible work happening across our district. At each meeting, we celebrate our volunteers and highlight the efforts of our local PTAs. We recognize individuals with our GEM Awards for going above and beyond in service to PTA, highlight campuses through a Spotlight Award for unique and impactful programs, and present the Power Principal Award to principals who demonstrate exceptional support and membership with their PTAs. We also focus on meaningful program. One of our highlights was a district-wide community book study based on the anxious generation, which brought together parents and community members to better understand the challenges facing today's students, particularly around mental health, technology, and social media. This program was well received, and it will be presented at Texas PTA Launch, the statewide summer leadership conference. We also partnered with Clear Creek Education Foundation on a community-wide book drive. Through the efforts of our PTAs and community partners, we collected approximately 5,700 books to support CCISD Voyager Mobile Library, helping ensure students across the district have access to books throughout the summer. Every year, we host Reflections, the National PTA Arts program, which gives students the opportunity to express themselves creatively and share their unique voices through categories like dance, film, literature, music, photography, and visual arts. We're especially proud to share that 2 of our students advanced to the national level, which we just recognized. And in February, we hosted our annual Reflections reception, where we showcased their artwork and recognized their achievements. We also focused on advocacy and community engagement this year. Our Straight Talk Watch Party focused on raising the AI generation, allowed parents the opportunity to hear directly from experts on the challenges facing today's students. We also hosted a candidate forum, helping connect our community with those seeking to serve and encourage informed, engaged participation. We also stayed connected with our principals by providing a lunch at the administrators' meeting. Our council board is committed to supporting and training our local PTA leaders. In addition to our council-led trainings, Texas PTA provides orientations and specialized training to ensure every PTA has the tools to operate with confidence. Each July, Texas PTA hosts Launch, where nearly 3,000 PTA leaders from across the state come together to learn and grow. We're proud that 52 of our local leaders attended this past summer. In addition, we hosted 2 training events this year. Our most recent session took a more flexible, hands-on approach, meeting leaders where they are, answering questions, and providing support tailored to their needs. The Clear Creek Community Council of PTAs awarded 12 $500 scholarships to graduating seniors across CCISD this year. These students had not only demonstrated academic achievement, but also a commitment to leadership and service. To our seniors, congratulations. And as you take this next step, we are proud to have been a small part of your journey and look forward to the impact you will continue to make. In addition to our scholarships, we promote Texas PTA scholarship opportunities for both students and faculty. Texas PTA awards $1,000 scholarships to eligible seniors and up to $500 scholarships to faculty members. This year, the Clear Creek Community Council of PTAs hosted our council celebration on April 29th at Clear Creek High School. The evening brought together our PTAs, community members, and district leaders to reflect on the year recognizing accomplishments and celebrating the lasting impact a PTA has made across our schools and community. We are fortunate to have Vicki Wright as our guest speaker. Her message was meaningful and a great reminder of the impact we can make when we work together in support of our students. During the celebration, we recognize individuals who have made a meaningful difference. Glencora Rogers was honored with the Texas PTA Honorary Life Member Award for her continued dedication, and Susan Rogers received the Texas PTA Extended Service Award in recognition of her outgoing commitment and leadership in PTA. I was deeply honored to receive the National PTA Life Achievement Award, the highest honor from the nation's largest child advocacy group recognizing a lifelong commitment to children. It was a meaningful way to close out our year, celebrating our accomplishments, honoring those who serve, and reflecting on the 75 years of leadership, service, and lasting impact on our community. Our local PTAs support their schools in countless ways, and the impact of their work can be seen across every campus. From funding field trips for all pre-K through 5th grade students, to covering teachers' wish list, PTAs helping ensure both students and educators have the resources they need to succeed. They create meaningful experiences for students and families by hosting events like spring carnivals and fine arts night, while also supporting academic success through providing snacks and water for testing days and funding classroom learning such as science supplies and hands-on units. PTA also invests in enrichment opportunities, supporting clubs like musical theater, chess club, and fit club, as well as end-of-year celebrations that help build lasting memories for students. Beyond programs and events, PTA shows their heart through acts of care and community. They support school nurses with needed supplies, offer teacher grants, and even fund scholarships for students. These efforts reflect a commitment to education. And unfortunately, my last slide, I don't think is showing. So I have on there a whole list of the incredible work that Ross Elementary PTA has done. This is just one example from Ross, and pretty much in the previous mention of them is all their examples. They are doing an amazing work. And so now I would wish everybody to imagine that same level of impact happening across 43 of our campuses in CCISD. Our PTAs continue to go above and beyond every single day, and none of it would be possible without the dedication of our volunteers. And my last year, and y'all are in good hands with Candace. She will be taking the honor chair next year. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the trustees. Anybody? Go ahead.
First, I want to say congratulations on your award. It's very well deserved. And then a special thanks to the board. I see the hard work that you guys put in and the countless hours, and it definitely does not go unnoticed. And then for everyone else, thank you for the local PTAs. Each school has such a great culture in PTA, and I hope that if there's anybody watching that is not a member of PTA, that you guys consider joining next year, because you kind of see all the really neat things that we're doing within the district and then at the school level as well. So thank you to all the volunteers out there. And
yes, the individual campuses have been amazing. They send a bunch of pictures of all the stuff that they do on their campuses, and it's just truly amazing how engaged they are in their campuses. Okay.
Anyone else want to offer anything? Go ahead.
Ms. Polinsky, thank you. First, thank you for all of the time that you've spent. I know that it is something that you've enjoyed and you've given back beyond a single campus, but across the district. And when you mention acts of community and you talk about commitment to education, I think about everything from celebrations to enhancements in our classrooms. I don't know that our community understands that without strong PTAs, that we're not a world-class district. And so thank you for that commitment. Thank you for the people that make that promise to our students and to our teachers. It's very easy for us to look past what we get accustomed to and just assume happens. But at the end of the day, there's lots of parents, there's lots of community members, there are lots of teachers and staff who are committed on our campuses that step up, and above everything else they already do, they make that additional commitment because they just know how important it is. And so I think every meeting for the next year, I'll talk about the fact that we are doing what is supposed to be done in public education. And so while folks in Austin are struggling to understand what a quality public education is and what it means to serve communities that we live and work in, we'll just continue to provide them examples so that they can understand that they too could support world-class education across the state of Texas. And I'm just thankful that we continue to bring examples and we model that. And it shows up in our students, it shows up in our classrooms, it shows up in our programs, and it shows up in people who will give even when their children have moved out of our district because they believe so strongly. So thanks to you, thank you to all of the PTAs, thank you for the people that commit their time. It's what makes it possible for us to serve on a school board at a time where public education is a bit difficult for people to understand. So thank you for that.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Polanski. Great job. Thanks for all you've done. So. Okay. All right. And next item on the agenda is community input. I believe we do not have any community input tonight, so we will move on to our district update. Dr. Engel.
Well, thank you, President Control. And as we close out an exceptional school year, more than 100 of our employees are closing an important chapter of their professional lives, and we had the opportunity to celebrate. Most of you were there, our employees who will be retiring at the end of the school year. Collectively, this group of 2026 retirees represents 3,218 years of service in education. And one, Miss Mary Lou Beck, has taught for 58 years. Creek High School. So congratulations to all of them. And as we mentioned, tomorrow kicks off our graduation season in Clear Creek ISD. Over the course of 5 days, we will hold 7 outdoor ceremonies at Challenger Columbia Stadium. We are closely monitoring the weather. In the event inclement weather forces us to cancel a scheduled ceremony, the makeup day is on Sunday. With 7 consecutive graduations, we simply can't move one to the next night. I was at the stadium today, and the operations team is making final preparations for the Clear Falls ceremony tomorrow evening. And the prediction from our graduation experts is cool breezes and no rain. All right, in board elections, finally, as you just saw during our swearing-in ceremony, congratulations in order for Mr. Arturo Sanchez and Mr. Jameson Mackay. And on behalf of our team, we are grateful for your leadership and willingness to serve another 3-year term. Congratulations, team. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. New, for that update, and congrats again to guys for y'all's re-election. Next item on the agenda is our consent agenda. Are there any items anyone wishes to pull?
Yeah, I'd like to pull item 13, please.
All right, item 13. Any others? If there are no others, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented minus item 13.
Thank you, Trustee Checo. All right, motion on the floor. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. And no opposed. Thank you very much. All right. Item 13.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to highlight the great work that this organization does for us in keeping our most at-risk youth in school. And I wanted to send out a word of congratulations from my friend, Dr. Peter Winchell, who's retiring after 30 years at CISBA. He will be missed, but he's done great work, been Citizen of the Year for the district, and I just wanted to point that out and thank them for all they do for our schools.
Thanks, Trustee McKay. All right. And with that, I'll entertain a motion on it.
I make a motion that we accept the approval of the service agreement with Communities and Schools Bay Area for the 2026-2027 school year.
And I believe, do we need to include the amount of the contract with a motion? Correct. We're good? Okay. So we have the motion to approve the agreement with Communities and Schools Bay Area for the 2026-2027 school year. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. And no opposed. Thank you very much. All right, next item on the agenda is adoption of our fiscal year 2026-2027 budget goals, assumptions, and priorities.
Okay, and our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Benzai, will present the board-developed goals, assumptions, and priorities for the 26-27 school year. The board discussed these budget priorities at the May 4th workshop, and these priorities, once approved, will guide financial decisions for the upcoming school year.
Okay, good evening. As Dr. Engel mentioned, these goals, assumptions, and priorities were presented at the workshop this month. So I'd briefly like to go through each of those. Thank you. The 26-27 budget will further CCISD's mission and strategic plan with financial integrity, maximizing benefits from available resources. So the CCISD's budget, 26-27 budget, these are our assumptions, will manage our resources efficiently and effectively, including identifying ways to increase our revenues and decrease expenditures to return to a balanced budget. We will retain our 5% local homestead exemption and maximize our 8 enrichment or golden pennies. We'll incorporate expenditure reduction savings and revenue enhancements and use a realistic and defined average daily attendance for the coming year, assuming an enrollment loss of 1,000 students in the final 25-26 attendance rate. And we will strive to maintain an adequate fund balance as defined as 2 months in fund balance and board policy. Our budget priorities this year are to provide optimal and targeted levels of funding and staffing for improved student achievement to meet our goals identified within the strategic plan, to administer competitive salaries, stipends, and benefits for all employees, and to continue to sufficiently fund our Safe and Secure Schools program, including student support and counseling services. We will maximize state revenues through a continuation of district initiatives that promote student attendance and implementation of opportunities provided by the state to maximize available state funding opportunities. We will implement initiatives to provide enrollment growth opportunities, and will leverage excess reserves and existing funds for financial support to meet our current budget challenges. We will review efficiencies in programs and human capital to achieve cost savings, explore facility utilization efficiencies, and finally, incorporate recommendations generated from the superintendent's strategic budget team that will be convening in June. We have several budget challenges this year. Our main budget challenge is that our student enrollment, or ADA, comes in below projections due to unknown impact of educational savings account. There's also the inflationary impact of fuel, property and casualty insurance, and other commodities. We do have the unknown impact of state formula changes, funding formula changes from the implementation of the new special education intensity tiers. House Bill 2 funding model last year that was provided by our legislature for compensation increases has shifted the timing and eligibility of raises to the state. And could face increased difficulty in the ability to continue to recruit and retain quality staff. Under TRS Active Care, we are dealing with rising cost of employee health benefits. We have a potential risk of sustainability of current programs in future budget years and an inadequate state funding model to provide a quality public education. So despite these challenges, financial challenges, we do remain committed to responsible financial management while continuing to prioritize student achievement, employee support, school safety, and operational efficiency. We anticipate that our upcoming budget process will reflect a balanced approach that addresses immediate needs while positioning the district for long-term financial stability. So our recommendation is that you approve these budget goals, assumptions, and priorities. And if there's any additional input that you have into those or questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
All right, thank you, Ms. Benzai. First, I'll open it up. Go ahead.
Ms. Benzai, thank you. When we had our discussion at the last meeting, I know there were a number of topics that went into more detail around all the things that are contributing to the budget, that ultimately these goals are informed by, and that also help us establish what some of these things are that either are causing us concerns from a challenges perspective or that ultimately help us shape the priorities. Could you just touch briefly on a few of the items that would help the community understand if we needed to move forward, considering pennies from a Vader perspective, from special education perspective, the state's decision to change the tiered funding approach and what that could look like, and ultimately what it looks like for us going forward from a deficit perspective, just a budget deficit, based on how we're having to continue making cuts and reductions, and then ultimately looking to achieve what we've made a commitment to our district and to our community to continue doing as we serve students and teachers.
Okay, so probably the biggest factor that is impacting our school district, as well as many school districts in the state, is an enrollment decline. And that enrollment decline for CCISD is mainly brought on by a decline in the birth rate. We don't yet know the impact of educational savings accounts, but that will be, with that coming into play next year, we'll start to see that as well. So of course that enrollment decline leads to revenue decline because the state funds us based on students in attendance. So it's very difficult to keep up with that decline, especially in as large as it is hitting us every year. One of the things that we have done is make staffing adjustments where we can, especially in keeping our student-teacher ratios balanced. So we worked on that earlier in the spring. But basically the two options that we have are to enhance our revenue, to grow our revenue, or to reduce expenditures. So when we're looking at the revenue side, there's many things you can do, but the main revenue generator that's left available for us are through our 9 copper pennies on our tax rate. A few years ago, we held a Vader tax rate election, and were able to increase that tax rate by 3 pennies, which generated, they were called golden pennies because they generate not only the tax revenue, but also some additional state aid on top of those. So with those 3 pennies, we brought in about $18 to $20 million annually. So that was a very good thing that was our taxpayers voted for that, and it has helped us significantly. The remaining 9 pennies that are available, copper pennies, work a little bit differently because they do generate tax revenue, but at the same time they generate recapture because the state is trying to equalize wealth across the state, and so based on our property value. So we would, each of those pennies would generate about $2.2 million. So that is really the on the revenue generator side, that's one of the biggest options that we have. We are doing additional things that the state has put out there, the teacher incentive allotment. Of course, we're working through that to try to incorporate that to generate additional funding and wages for our teachers. There's several other things, but most of those other revenue generators involve also putting out funds. So they're not, you don't net as much money. We're trying to grow our enrollment, doing things like virtual learning, and getting our attendance rates up. So all of those things, anything that we can tap into, I think we've done a great job at. It took a lot of work on behalf of the whole district and team to get that going. On the other hand, the offset of that is looking at our expenditures, and salaries comprise almost 90% of expenditures in our district and in many other districts. And so our expenditures are mainly staff. That's what we do. That's the work we perform. And so we have to manage our staffing very carefully, our staffing ratios, and we also have to look at our facility utilization and see how we're utilizing our facility and optimizing the facilities that we do have. So on the expenditure side, it's really, there's options. They're tougher options that will require some big decisions as we go forward with the outlook of the budget this year.
Thank you, Ms. Benzai. I would just mention you referenced reductions that we had made to adjust ratios of staff to students, and I think you referenced recent, but I know we've done it consistently over the years, but probably even more so in the last 2 or 3, seeing the larger decline. And so I think it's important for the community to know that the discipline around how we're managing constrained resources is really part of our practice. I think every day there are probably people across cabinet and across the district that are thinking about how they could complete their work and deliver instruction to students and provide all of the opportunities while still thinking about how we do it in the least expensive way possible, which means we're just asking more of our staff and our teachers, asking more from our community. But I do think it is important. We're not just trying to get inside the box. We've been trying to do that. We've been working on that for many, many years, and it's just part of the discipline that you and the team in cabinet have really done for a long time. I would also just add that at the same time that all of this is happening, we've had discussions in the past about aging infrastructure, about aging facilities, about systems and infrastructure that are going to continue to need some repair and some time and attention. And so at the same time that we are seeing budget challenges and cost increase and inflation, our buildings are not getting newer by themselves, and the repairs that need to occur do not get any less expensive. And so as part of the message that we bring to the community, I think it's going to be important for them to also continue to hear about that. We know it's important to have chilled classrooms that students cannot learn if they're sweating, if they can't even be cool. We know that transportation that isn't reliable is not an option. Transportation that's not safe, we know that's important. Our facilities have to be safe for our students, and so thinking about technology and the role that it plays, I just think these are all things that we have talked about for a long time, and I think it's important for the community to know that with every possible effort that we've taken to ensure that we are doing as much as we can with the resources that we have. But I think the conversation is going to have to include what some of these other options are. So I'm thankful that we'll have a team that looks at this, included of community members and people from across the district, that will help us really see what the challenges are and potentially bring some additional ideas and thoughts about what we could consider. So thank you for all that you're doing to help us navigate this. And as we think about formulating positions in advance of a legislative session, I think this will be really critical to make extremely clear why we're in the position that we're in. Thank you.
Hey, Trustee Sanchez. Anyone else? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Benzai, thank you for the presentation. We missed you but Paul did a great job filling in for you. Just to echo what Trustee Sanchez just said, it's going to take a holistic approach. We're going to have to do a multitude of things, not just one thing, but we're going to have to do a multitude of things because we're, like other districts, are not immune to, our shrinking student population as well as reduced funding. So it's incumbent. Staff has done their part. It's incumbent on us now to make some of these tough decisions and kind of give you guys direction and guidance on what we need to do moving forward. So thank you.
Thanks, Trustee Cunningham. Anybody else want to add anything? I know I want to go, but I just want to give everybody else a chance first.
Ms. Biggs, I know this encompasses the entire budget, but I looked this over and it seems very heavily focused on the maintenance and operation budget. If I just go through the bullets, are there any in particular that address INS money?
No, these are, in general, have always been built for the M&O budget. Our INS budget is, we do plan to maintain that 27-cent tax rate that we have on there. We've built up a good fund balance in that fund that we really have a kind of a long-range plan that we've built to keep that tax rate steady and kind of drive down that fund balance a little bit until those tax values kind of catch up with it. So that particular fund, we can always add something if you wish to the goals, but it is that's really been our plan for the past few years as we brought that debt rate down to just maintain it to use up some of that fund balance in that fund.
Okay, well then, I guess this is really directed more towards ourselves as a board than it is to anything you've done, because this looks great from my perspective. But I just want to say I hope we speak with clarity, especially when the public is listening, because there are two different problems. The M&O problem, which would be addressed by pennies or by a Vader or by efficiencies, et cetera, et cetera. That's a day-to-day problem. And that's really kind of driven by what's decisions that are made in Austin. And anything that would come up on a bond would be INS money, which is something that is more local and we have more control over. And I just hope when we address this and discuss it with the public that we are all very, very clear on that.
So good timing on that, actually, because I'm listening to you and I'm thinking we're going to consider selling surplus and that money will go back to an INS. So maybe something to consider adding in here, because it wouldn't meet that, would be under budget assumptions, is to selling surplus properties. Because I know that's something that we've been talking about. I know we did it with one property this last year. We're going to continue to try to do it. And when those surplus properties are sold, and if they're purchased with prior bonds, then those funds go back to an INS. So I'm throwing that out there as maybe that's something, chime in, but we can add it in there. I see Mr. Miller back there.
So, yeah. Right, the INS fund is just the 27 cents pays off the
right.
principal and interest. And so if we sell any surplus property that was bought with bond funds, we will take those funds and put them back in the capital project fund, and then with the approval of the board, utilize them for other projects that may come about. So we can certainly add that as
it's still something that was purchased. It's still something that we're continuing to try to do, is sell surplus properties actively. We did it last year. We're going to consider another one later this evening. So I would at least throw that in there as far as a budget assumption. Unless anybody else, is opposed to it, I would recommend throwing that out there.
All I want to add is it would be a whole lot easier to deal with either one of these problems separately. But our problem is we're getting squeezed on both of those fronts. And that just makes life difficult for us. But I guess that's why we get paid the big bucks to sit up here, right?
So that's a great segue to my next one. For challenges, I know Trustee Sanchez had a lot to say that we need to be considering these conversations, especially when we go into next legislative session next year. And at our workshop, we talked about SB 546, which we'll consider later, that is a Senate bill that mandates, and it's going to cost the taxpayers roughly $5 million. And there was no funding that came with that mandate. So as a challenge, I think we do need to add into this those mandates, because that's just one of many that our legislators do throw into public schools. And I know as our conversations in the past, these are things that we've said, well, we just need to do it. It's, keeping the kids safe. It's something we should do. You're right, we should. But it's a mandate that doesn't come with any additional funding, and such as this Senate bill, that'll cost roughly $5 million. And like I said, that's just one. So I would propose that we add into our budget challenges. I know the last bullet says inadequate state funding model to provide a quality public education. Our state funding model was established in 1993. So yes, it's inadequate. Mandates. So I would say we need to put something like that in there as well. Figuring out how you want to wordsmith or whatever, but it's very real. And those of us that go to Austin every 2 years, we talk about unfunded mandates. And the first time I went 15 years ago, a legislator looked at me and said, "What's that?" I mean, really, what's that? Well, from a public school education perspective, y'all are telling us we have to do these things, but you're not giving us money to do it, and that money's got to come from somewhere. So I would propose we throw that back in, or throw it into our budget challenges.
Okay, I can just add on to the bottom, the last challenge, inadequate state funding model to provide a quality public education and unfunded mandates provided by state legislation. That's acceptable.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if any other trustees, want to chime in on that. Yeah. I think this works as a model as we go into conversations with our consortium, as we have the conversations with our local economic partnerships, our chambers of commerce, when we're trying to, have the conversation about what we're going to go talk about. Well, our challenges, here they are, and that one definitely should be added on there. And I would volunteer or ask if there's any other, challenges or things that, looking forward, we can go ahead and put in there as the school board does, to put into these priorities and goals. And any others? None? Okay. All right. So Ms. Benzai, do we, I know this is an item to consider for approval. Is this something that we can add those things now? We can go ahead and have a motion and with those additions?
Yes, I just need to, I need the wording for the to sell available.
On the budget assumption?
Yes.
That we will continue to sell surplus properties.
Okay.
I mean, that's the basic of it, to keep it simple.
Mr. President, if you like, we can just simply approve the presentation as amended, and that I think, and then we can capture the details of what you just discussed later.
Okay. Is there anything else we'd like to add to it as amended? And Trustee Cheka, you were going to say something?
I was looking at the wordsmith. Can you repeat the last line that you said, how we were going to change the last budget challenge?
Yes, on the last budget challenge, which is inadequate state funding model to provide a quality public education, we would extend it to say, and unfunded mandates provided from state legislation.
I like the way the last one is written just because I feel like it's a very strong closure. Can we move the unfunded mandates to the third bullet to say the unknown impact of state funding formula changes from implication of new special education intensity tiers and unfunded mandates?
That's.
Or just make it its own bullet.
Or make it its own bullet.
I mean,
I like the last budget challenge the way it is because I feel like it's a very strong closure.
Sure. I think maybe it makes it stronger just to make it its own bullet.
Okay.
You know,
I'll have that in there.
just keep it simple. Anything else? Anything else anybody would like to add? No? Okay. So we have those two.
Yes.
Right? So at this time, does anybody want to make a motion to consider as amended?
Mr. President, I move we approve the budget assumptions, priorities, and challenges as amended.
Thank you, Trustee Larson. All right, motion is on the floor. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, and no opposed. Motion passed unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
So on to consider approval of use of capital project funds for transportation-related projects.
As they're coming forward, Assistant Superintendent for Support Services, Mr. Miller, and Transportation Director, Ms. Pickett, will request the use of capital project funds for the purchase of 30 new diesel-powered school buses with 3-point seat belts to replace an aging fleet.
In 2024, as you may remember, we experienced some significant problems with reliability and air conditioning, which prompted us to really look at how we were doing those. At the time, we decided to change to a 12-year maximum life cycle, and this request is a continuation of that long-range plan. Alex and his team have done a great job capturing savings and interest earnings on bonds 23. So we asked him if we could use some of those funds to replace 30 buses with the 3-point seat belts. So it is the recommendation of the superintendent to approve the use of capital projects funds of $4.9 million for transportation-related projects. Any questions?
Okay, just make sure, I wasn't sure if there's anything. So I'll open it up. Any trustees have any questions or comments on it? If there are none, I'll consider a motion.
Oh, question.
Yes.
Maybe just for clarification. So in our last meeting, we had discussions about exemptions that we were considering for buses. Did we had discussion about that?
Right, and during that PowerPoint, the first column that included 30 as that long-range plan, this is that 30 component of that long-range plan.
Okay, so this is not for us to go back to look at any of the others. Okay, no. Perfect.
This is replacement with new buses as per the original long-range plan.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Great question. Thank you. Good clarification. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President.
Yes.
I move that we approve the use of capital project funds for $4.9 million for transportation-related projects.
All right. Thank you, Trustee McKay. All right. Motion on the floor. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All right. And no opposed. Thank you. Motion passes. All right. Next item. Purchase.
Good evening. Quotes from board-approved ILA vendors. We recommend using 3 vendors so we can split up the purchase. That would best bring value to the district. We request that the Board of Trustees approve the purchase of 30 school buses from ILA vendors, Longhorn Bus Sales, Rush Truck Centers, and Thomas Bus Sales, an amount of not exceeding $4.9 million.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Any discussion, questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I move to approve the recommendation of the superintendent to purchase 30 school buses from ILA vendors Longhorn Bus Sales, Rush Truck Centers, and Thomas Bus Sales in the amount not to exceed $4.9 million.
Thank you, Trustee Cheka. All right. Motion on the floor. Any other discussion? Oh, yes.
And I probably should have asked this the prior time, but what went into the decision on diesel versus natural gas versus gasoline or buses?
The propane buses were a lot more expensive than the diesel. And then on the specs, we made sure that it was Cummins and Allison transmission, because that engine actually lasts a lot longer than any other engine.
Okay. Thank you.
We also know that the natural gas engines are not being currently produced.
That is correct, CNG.
All right. Thank you for clarification on that. All right. Any other discussion? All right. Motion. All in favor, please raise your right hand. All right. No opposed. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right. And lastly,
Senate Bill 546. We have discussed this at the board workshop. It requires the 3-point seat belts for students and drivers. Publicly present fleet data and cost estimates. Report to TEA by the end of the school year, which is on May 29th, 2026. Full statewide compliance deadline is September 1st, 2029. Current fleet status, we went over this in the board meeting. We currently have 300 units. We estimated 144 units that did not have 3-point seatbelts. We broke it down a little bit more under each section: general education, special education, spares, trip buses, and training, with the total cost of $5.3 million to retrofit these buses. Keep in mind, the vendors will not include a warranty for seatbelts, retrofit, and will not take responsibility for a seat or seatbelt failure in a collision. Bus manufacturers will also not accept responsibility for any consequences because buses have been modified. We have a long-term replacement plan, our long-range replacement plan, which of the 30 buses that we will purchase, that will actually also include all of our specialized services be 3-point seatbelts. In the 2028 school year, the 36 buses, all of our general education route buses will be 3-point seatbelts. The 2029 school year, 31 buses, all of our units, our training buses will be 3-point seatbelts, along with some of our general education spares and trip buses. 2030, the 8 buses. Our specialized services spare buses will be 100% 3-point seatbelts, along with special education and trip buses. 2031, we have 20 units. All of our specialized trip buses will be 100% compliance, along with our trip buses. And our 2032, we will be 100% compliance with 144 units being replaced, with 19 buses at that time. This plan is based on current fleet and route data. As route requirements fall due to declining enrollment, we will adjust and replace schedule. Also, as a condition of the fleet improves, the number of necessary spare buses will fall, which will further shorten the timeline. Recommendation: the Board of Trustees make a determination under Transportation Code 547.701 that the district's budgetary and warranty limitations do not permit the district to purchase or retrofit buses to be equipped with 3-point seatbelts.
Very good. Thank you. All right, open it up. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move that the Board of Trustees make a determination under Transportation Code 547.701E1 that the district's budgetary and warranty limitations do not permit the district to purchase or retrofit buses to be equipped with 3-point seatbelts.
Thanks, Trustee McKay. All right. Motion on the floor. Any other discussion? All right. Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All right. No opposed. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, it's 7:35. The board will now move to closed session as authorized by the Texas Open Meeting Act concerning purposes permitted by the specific Texas Government Code section listed on the agenda. Okay, the time is 8:58, and I call this meeting back to order. Following closed session, do I have a motion on item A?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Cunningham.
I move that the board approves the superintendent's recommendation to adopt a resolution declaring as surplus and authorizing the sale of approximately 9.43 acres, generally known as 15511 Hope Village Road in Friendswood, Texas, as further described in the resolution.
Thank you, Trustee Cunningham. All right, motion on the floor. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. And no opposed. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Cunningham. All right, next item B. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move the board approves an interlocal government agreement with the City of Webster for fill dirt for development within the city.
Thank you, Trustee McKay. All right, motion on the floor. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please raise your right hand. And no opposed. Motion passes unanimously. All right, item C, at this time, we will take no action. Item D, at this time, we will take no action, which takes us to the last item, which is an information and discussion on our safety audits.
All right, good evening. So as we went through, we just wrapped up our 3-year internal audit cycle, specifics of which we kind of talked about in closed session. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Cameron. Okay, and does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, I appreciate the presentation. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Have a good summer. Thank you. All right. And the time is